Some mysteries are so dark, so disturbing, that they continue to haunt us decades later. Tonight on Mystery, Intrigue, and Murder, we take a deep dive into one of the most terrifying unsolved murder cases in American history, the Villisca Axe Murders. In the early hours of June 10th, 1912, a quiet town in Iowa was shaken to its core. 8 people, 6 members of the Moore family and 2 young guests, were found brutally murdered in their own home. Their lives ended in a single night of unimaginable horror. What makes this case so chilling? The killer was never caught. And even more terrifying, they might have been hiding in plain sight. This is the story of a town that still lives in the shadow of an unsolved massacre over a century later. Villisca, Iowa, 1912. A quiet rural town where everyone knew their neighbors, and life moved at a slow and predictable pace. The Moore family was well respected. Josiah Moore, a businessman, and his wife Sarah, lived with their 4 children in a modest house on the outskirts of town. On the night of June 9th, everything seemed normal. The family had just attended a church event, along with their 2 young neighbors, Lena and Ina Stillinger, who were invited to spend the night at the Moore house. The evening was filled with laughter, friendship, and innocence. No one could have predicted the horror that awaited them. At some point after midnight, as the town of Villisca slept, the Moore family home turned into a scene of unimaginable violence. The next morning, June 10th, neighbors grew concerned. The Moores hadn't been seen all morning, and their house remained eerily quiet. A relative, Mary Peckham, decided to investigate. As she approached the home, she sensed something was wrong. Doors locked, blinds drawn, no movement. After getting inside, what she found would haunt her for the rest of her life. The entire Moore family and the 2 Stillinger girls had been slaughtered in their sleep, each victim struck repeatedly with an axe. Josiah Moore, the father, was struck so violently that his eyes were missing. The killer had even covered the mirrors and windows in the house with cloth, as if to hide the horror from himself or from something far worse. But what's even more disturbing, there were no signs of forced entry. Imagine this, a killer, perhaps even someone the family knew, silently sneaking into the house while they slept. But here's the most unsettling detail. Authorities believe the killer had been hiding in the attic, possibly for hours before the murders. An oil lamp with the wick turned down low, an axe left abandoned in the house, and a plate of food, half-eaten, were discovered at the scene. The killer had made themselves at home, lurking, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. But who could have done this? And why? Despite a massive investigation, no one was ever convicted of the crime. Several suspects were questioned, including a traveling preacher who was known to act erratically, and a local businessman with a rumored grudge against Josiah Moore. Both men stood trial, but neither was convicted. The town of Villisca was left in fear. Was the killer someone local or a drifter who passed through, never to be seen again? Rumors spread like wildfire, but concrete evidence was always just out of reach. For over a century, the Villisca Axe Murders have remained a mystery. The house, now a tourist attraction, is said to be haunted by the spirits of the victims. Visitors report strange noises, flickering lights, and even sightings of shadowy figures. Some believe the spirits of the Moore family are trapped there, waiting for justice that never came. Was the killer driven by rage, jealousy, or something even more sinister? Could this have been the work of a seasoned serial killer who had escaped detection? Or was it a crime of passion, fueled by something that happened in the quiet streets of Villisca? To this day, we don't have the answers. The case has left behind a trail of questions and chilling possibilities. The Villisca Axe Murders serve as a reminder that some crimes are never solved. Some killers walk among us, their identities hidden in the shadows, leaving behind only fear and whispers of what might have been. What do you think? Could the killer have been someone the Moores knew? Or is there more to this story than we'll ever truly understand? Let us know your theories in the comments below. And remember, this case may be over a century old, but some mysteries are timeless, forever haunting the minds of those who dare to look deeper. If you found this story as chilling as we did, make sure to hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe to Mystery, Intrigue, and Murder for more unsolved true crime stories just like this. Turn on notifications so you never miss our next dive into the darkest corners of history. Who knows what other terrifying secrets are out there waiting to be uncovered? Thanks for watching Mystery, Intrigue, and Murder. As always, stay safe, stay curious, and until next time, keep looking over your shoulder. You never know who's watching.